What's up guys, welcome back to the garage and welcome back to another new video. So the car's kind of just been sitting here, haven't really done too much to it. We got it all cleaned up. I drove it like once last weekend, I think. Drove it to go get some coffee in the morning and no problems, everything's doing well. Car looks really good. Still feeling good after the drag-in and everything's going well. But today we have a mod for the M3 and this is actually gonna be something on the interior. Just not any performance parts, but just kind of a little bit of a dress up, something that kind of looks good, makes the interior look a little bit better. So as you guys know, the interior of this car is, I mean, to me, it's pretty stock, but we do have, pole positions, we have the cage, we have harnesses, obviously. Fire extinguisher, we have the fire extinguisher down there, and we have the JQ Works hub with the Momo steering wheel. But honestly, that's pretty much it. We do have some other little dress up parts, like obviously we did the P2M checkered floor mats. I'm thinking about changing those, as well as I have the IND handbrake cover, and as well as just some little carbon dress up bits. But other than that, the interior is really stock. There's nothing done in the rear other than, obviously the seat delete, but that's kind of required for the cage. And mostly this is because I kind of just prefer my interiors to just stay more OEM looking. I don't like anything too crazy. I don't like any crazy colors. I don't really want the car gutted right now. I still obviously drive the car on the street quite a bit. So I think this setup is honestly perfect for everything that I need. The seats are really comfy. They look very OEM-ish. They fit the car really well. The black leather is perfect. The cage obviously is a little bit extra, but I don't ever have anybody in the back seats. I have other cars as dailies, so the cage really isn't much of an issue. And then the steering wheel honestly changed the way the car drives a ton. I love having the smaller diameter. I think that's really a big plus. I did also do this before I got the seats. I was a little bit worried that it'd get a little bit difficult to get in and out of the car with buckets and the steering wheel, and I didn't want to move it every time. But honestly, I thought, having the quick disconnect would kind of help with that. And I used to take it off quite a bit. It was actually, I feel like it was more of an issue with the stock seats than it is even with these seats. But honestly, I just leave it connected the entire time. And it has the magnetic paddles that I really love. I love that audible click. It's not too loud, not too much, and it feels really good in your hand. So I think that's the perfect way to kind of suit this interior. Now I am one to always love another clean addition to whatever I'm doing, something that kind of, takes the car kind of to the next level, makes it feel like it's just got that extra little detail, but doesn't, stand out, and ends up just kind of being one of those things that if you know, and it always looks good on the car, kind of no matter what. So today we're going to be doing one of those, and like I said, it's going to be on the interior. So let's go ahead and I'll show you guys what it is, and we'll get to the install. So 2 weeks ago, while I was at the drag-in, my fiance actually picked me up a set of these. These are the pedals from Pedal Haus. They are the nice metal machined ones, and they're super nice. They have this really, it's not sharp, but it's like a really nice grippy texture to them. So it comes with all three pedals. This one even has the little M engraving on it, as well as it also has, I'll show you guys what this is for later, but it's basically like a little template for where you need to drill. But she picked these up for me, and I'm super excited to get these thrown on. I feel like, the pedals are always something on this car that could use a little bit of a step up. I feel like they're not the nicest, but the dead pedal, and then it does come with 3 pedals because this is the manual or the DCT version, and that's because the F80 has the DCT, which has, it actually uses the same brake pedal as the manual one, which is the small one, not the wider one that comes in the F30s. So we'll have one extra pedal that just sits, but then we have the gas pedal and obviously the brake pedal as well as the dead pedal. So let's go ahead and I'll show you guys inside the car what it looks like to take off the old one and what it looks like to get this one thrown on. Okay, so if we come in here and look, you can see the stock pedals. They look okay, but they're just plastic. There's nothing special to them, and they kind of, I don't know, they kind of don't fit the bottom of the car. I got the floor mat pulled out of here, but the dead pedal as well. I mean, it's got this little silver trim on it, but honestly, it just looks kind of cheap. So I'm excited to get these thrown on. So the first one we're going to be doing is the gas pedal, and this one's really simple. All you do is it uses self-tappers to drill into the OEM pedal. So you're just going to put 2 on the bottom holes, 2 on the top holes, and they're black, so you won't really see them much. But you basically just line it up, and then we'll get those self-tapped on. Okay, there you have it. So that's the gas pedal on. You can see the little bolts on top and bottom, but honestly, once you even come back this far, you won't be able to see it, especially if you don't have a light down there like this. So that one just kind of center on. And then once we get to the brake pedal here, this is just a rubber cover. So we're just gonna pull this off. Okay, so we got it off just like that. And then they give you that little template that I kind of showed you guys. And basically what you do is you put it over here and you find two spots, at least two spots on this pedal where you can drill a hole through, and then there's open space in the back so that you can put a nut on. So you want to have at least two of those so that you can get this thing on. Preferably you would get three, but we'll see what kind of lines up once we get it on here. But then you just drill it, and then it's a nut and bolt. So let's get that template up and on here, and then we can find the holes and we'll get those drilled out. Okay, so here we go with our template. This just kind of sits on like so, and it's kind of got like a little bit of alignment on top and on the side. So you can see exactly what points line up that will have clearance in the back. So we'll definitely have clearance on this top one. We will have clearance in the back on this bottom right, as well as this one if we wanted. This bottom left is also good. This top left is also good if we wanted, but it might be a little bit tight. We do have extra holes or extra bolts. So I'll probably mark, I'll mark each one. You won't see it anyways, but I'll mark them, and then we'll throw it on there and see which ones we really want to do. All right, so let's get these lined up here. We're gonna go ahead and get this thrown on like that. And then on the back side of each one of these, there are a washer as well as a supplied nut. This is a locking nut. So we're just gonna thread these on one at a time. So now we have both of those two done, and it is time to move to the dead pedal. All right, so the dead pedal here should just pull off. So let's go ahead and get this disconnected here, and then we'll talk about getting the new one on. There we go. So that is not a fun one. I did not like removing that whatsoever. I think most of these clips kind of just ended up breaking, unfortunately, but we'll get this sorted. Well, there you have it, guys. They are all installed. That was pretty seamless. You can see they look really, really good. They have those little silver, those are like standoff grippy. They're like actually just metal that's like been clean cut off, but it's kind of got like a little bit of a sharp edge. You can see they look fantastic down here. I'm super glad. I'm super happy with the way they came out. I think they look a lot better than the OEM, and it kind of just, finishes off a little touch that looks good on the interior here. I think that kind of just brings the interior, almost to the next level. Now, one other thing I've been debating about are these floor mats. So these are the floor mats from P2M. They're the checkered race floor mats. I think they look really, really cool inside the car, but I've been kind of having an issue, especially on these, that they kind of slide up and touch. They touch the gas pedal a little bit and sit on top of it, and that's obviously it's not the safest thing to happen. So that's kind of been something on my mind that I've been thinking about changing on the car. They do look so good, but I've kind of just been debating. Renline makes a metal one that you drill into the floors, and that's kind of like a little bit more of like a race car spec. Race cars kind of have like metal floor pans and whatnot. Obviously, I take these out on the track anyways, so it's not really a big deal when I'm on the track, but I do like running them on the street, and I find it that almost every time I get in and out on the driver's side, I find that floor mat either sliding forward or sliding back or whatever, and it's kind of getting to be a little bit of a pain, as well as the heel, like the little heel spot is kind of starting to wear. And that's that's a little surprising. I mean, I only driven the car like maybe 4,000 miles with those things on, and they're already starting to wear. So I'm not the most pleased with them, even though they look absolutely fantastic, and I feel like they fit the interior really well. So I'm kind of debating throwing on the red line ones, picking those up. I think I'm gonna go with maybe the black. It's like a black anodized metal. I think that'd really fit well, especially with those pedals, but that's something that we'll determine in the future. Now the next mod is going to be something that I'm not actually doing in today's video. Well, I'm doing it in today's video, but I'm not doing it tonight. And that is, we're going to be changing the tint on this car. So right now, I believe this car has 30% tint all the way around, and that's not really a big deal to me. I don't want it any darker. I don't like, you know, like the limo tint look or anything. Right now the windshield has no tint on it, so it is just bare. But having the seats, you know, having these pretty pull positions, as well as having the cage, you know, it's even hard to tell. I have a polarizer, which should help with reflections, and yet it's still hard to see the cage. You can't really even see it during the day, and especially through the rear. I bet you can't even, I mean, you can barely even see it now on the rear. So I'm going to be getting this taken down to 70% tint. So we're going to remove the tint that's on it now, and then we'll be putting on 70 or 75%. I can't remember which, but 70 or 75% is virtually clear. You won't really see any color change at all. It won't be any dark, but it is a ceramic film, and it will do heat rejection, which is the main goal that I'm looking for. So I want to keep that heat rejection properties of tint on the inside. Obviously I want to keep the interior, you know, protected, but as well I want to stay cool. You know, living in Houston, I can tell you it's pretty hot down here. So I definitely want to have the tint for the heat protection. Otherwise I would just go full fishbowl if I lived somewhere a little bit cooler, and I would just get rid of all the tint altogether and not have any tint at all. 70% will look damn near clear. I think you'll be able to see the cage a little bit more, as well as, you know, when I'm on track, there's no need for tint. I don't need dark tint. If anything, I want no tint so that I can see better. Race cars don't have tint. So we're gonna get this removed tomorrow. I will, I'll circle back to you guys once we get it done. I'll probably show you guys the drive up there, whatnot, drive a little bit, maybe get some interior clips. But we'll get it done tomorrow. We're gonna drop it off, and then we should be picking it up tomorrow afternoon. So I'll see you guys on the way up there to go get the tint replaced. Well, there you have it, guys. We ended up getting the tint done, and we're back down to the 70%. So everything looks really good. I'm super happy with the way it came out. You can see the cage way more. I think it looks so much better on the car. Kind of just fits everything really, really well, especially from the rear. You can really see all the way through the cage here. So looks really good. Super happy with the way the car came out, and kind of just gives like the car a little bit more of an aggressive feel. I feel like just mainly because you can see the cage, you can see the extinguishers, you can see the interior and the seats, and I think everything looks really, really good. So I'm super happy with the way everything came out. We do have the pedals in here, like I mentioned. Let me show you those. These look fantastic. I think this fits really well inside the car with the rest of the interior. It kind of just like ties everything together. I think it looks really good. So I'm super happy with the way those came out. Again, thanks to my fiance for grabbing me those. She got those for me as a gift. I'd wanted them for a little while and just never ended up pulling the trigger on them, but she got them for me. So thanks to her for that. That's pretty much everything for today's video. I'm out here at a park. I'm actually probably gonna get some photos, some reels and stuff for Instagram, TikTok, whatnot, all the other social media. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.